Sawadee ka. Welcome to Thailand News Today. With me, Natty again. I'll be standing in for Jet today and tomorrow. In today's program, more Omicron cases found in Thailand, updates on the Israeli quarantine runaway, and a local mosque leader shot dead in Battani. All that and more coming right up. Following the discovery of more cases of the Omicron Covid-19 variant in Thailand, the Public Health Ministry says it will outline worst-case scenarios in a statement expected tomorrow. On Sunday, 2 probable Omicron infections were reported in Chiang Mai, with one infection in the northeastern province of Leh and another in southern province of Songkhla. The highly contagious variant has now been detected in over 10 provinces, including Nonthaburi, Pathum Thani, Bangkok, Prachuap Khiri Khan, Phuket, and Krabi. The Health Ministry says it will publish 3 best and worst case scenarios tomorrow and plan their strategy accordingly. At this stage, there has been no seriously ill people or deaths from the new Omicron variant in Thailand. But the Public Health Ministry is urging people to remain vigilant, wear their masks in public at all times, and get a booster COVID vaccine. The Israeli man who fled hotel quarantine in Bangkok last week is now facing additional charges and issues when he's released from hospital quarantine. He's now tested negative for COVID 3 times in Koh Samui and has 4 more days in a field hospital. But police say once he's out of quarantine, he will be prosecuted for violating provincial COVID laws with additional charges laid by the Thongla police, the area he first fled COVID quarantine procedures. A driver and 3 Israeli friends have all tested negative, but face another 2 tests before they're considered in the clear. A body of a foreign man, police estimate to be around 50 years old, was found in a canal in Bangkok's Phra Khanong area yesterday. At around 7 a.m. yesterday, a maid working nearby saw a man by the canal and said it looked like he was trying to catch fish using a black plastic bag. Her nephew later called her, saying a dead body was floating in the canal. She told police it was the same man she saw earlier that morning. There have been no reports on the nationality or identity of the men, and medical examiners are currently determining the cause of death. Another drowning, this time a 17-year-old drowned while swimming at a beach in southern Thailand. His body was found yesterday about 500 meters from shore after going missing on Christmas Day. The teenager went to the Nai Pred beach on the Gulf of Thailand in Nakhon Si Thammarat, Khanong district with 2 of his friends. The current was strong with waves of up to 2 meters high. While swimming, the teen got swept away by the waves. His friends were able to swim to shore, but told police that they lost sight of their friend. Rescuers on jet skis searched for the teen on Saturday night, but had to call off the search and continued yesterday. His body was found around 10 a.m. and was sent to Khanong Hospital for autopsy.
Another stunning day off the coast of Phuket, and I'm with Sean Stenning from 5-Star Marine, and in the background is Phuket, and you can probably see that tiny speck of white up on the hill. That's the big Buddha, and if the camera's moving around, that's because we're on a boat. So Sean, we're just like, what, less than an hour off the island of Phuket?
Literally 20 minutes from the pier right here at Koh Kai. So really, like, for me, this is just the perfect small half day or even full day trip to just go out and test yourself on the sea. If you've never been out before, the sea's calm. You know, we've just come here ourselves, and you could attest that the sea's nice and flat.
Flat. So how many places could you visit, say, on a half-day tour?
Oh, you know, here we've got the 3 Kai Islands. We also have the 2 Nakanoi, Nakaye Islands. And then if we're really lucky and low tide, there's a sandbar called Koh Pair. It's a beautiful sandbar, only available at low tide.
So if you're sort of looking for that sunset shot, the walking along the deserted beach and the champagne sunset and all that, you can do that literally within a half-hour ride of Phuket.
Exactly right, exactly right.
All right, so Thailand is opening up. It's never looked better as far as the water quality, the beaches are clear, and there's not that many people, so please come back.
Police are investigating the murder of a local mosque leader who was shot and killed while driving his motorcycle in southern Thailand's Battani province last night. The religious leader was shot twice in the head and in the abdomen. The gunman is still at large. Police say a gunman shot the man, a member of the local mosque's committee, who also worked as a barber, in front of his house in Tambon Topon around 6:55 p.m. when he rode his motorcycle to the mosque for evening prayers. Abdullah and his wife had assisted the Region 4 Internal Security Operations Command in resolving drug issues among Muslim youth. Some sort of good news, no immediate spike in overall cases in Thailand as the trend continues slowly down. Today, there were 2,437 new infections, 18 from Thai prisons, along with another 505 probable cases detected through rapid antigen tests. There were 18 COVID-related deaths in the past 24 hours. Officials report that the Omicron variant has infected a total of 200 in Thailand. Meanwhile, an outbreak of COVID-19 infections in the western city of Xi'an has led to a 21-month high in China's daily infection statistics. The city has become the country's latest hotspot for the pandemic. The city of 13 million residents are now into their fifth of lockdown, with 155 new cases of community transmission. Vietnam's 15,218 new infections in the past 24 hours makes it number 6 in the world for daily new infections reports. Regionally, South Korea has also reported 5,418 in its latest surge of new COVID infections. 17 years after the Boxing Day tsunami devastated Thailand's Andaman coast, the country remains unprepared for a repeat performance. That's the view of a number of public disaster experts who warn that the general public is unaware of the risks posed by another tsunami, as unlikely as it may be. They also say that Thailand still doesn't have an effective early warning system, even in the areas at most risk from another tsunami. Dr. Penningwi Nitchai from the Ministry of Science and Research says that he fears that people would not be evacuated in time, given the lack of an effective plan that can be put into action at short notice. He fears people may not know what to do and could head home to their families or to schools to pick up their children, instead of getting to higher ground immediately. Dr. Panon Lataron from Mahidol University agrees, citing a lack of preparation as one of the main reasons for the high death toll following the tsunami of 17 years ago. He says procedures like evacuation plans need regular practice so that people get used to the process and know what to do once disaster strikes. Meanwhile, Dr. Pasakon Panon from Kasetsart University says it is vital to study the fault lines in neighboring countries, as Thailand's southwest coast is particularly at risk in the event of any underwater earthquake in the Indian Ocean. According to Pasakon, the lack of high-definition geographic data for Thailand's coasts, both on land and in the sea, means it's difficult to create a proper tsunami simulation model for the region. It's estimated that 250,000 people died on December 26, 2004 in what's been called the Indian Ocean tsunami or the Asian tsunami, one of the world's largest natural disasters in recorded history. You're all up to date here at the Thaiger. That wraps up the show for today. We'll be back tomorrow. See you there. สวัสดีค่ะ